Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shining Lights of New England. It's a part of the 321 New England Podcast Network. I am Deb Burton, the founder of RI Elder Info, and today we are talking to Becky Martin, the founder of Rhode Island Kitten Kits. But before we get to that, we just want to say a quick thank you to our sponsors, Fuse Energy.
Welcome to Community Solar. Did you know that your organization could save 10% on their energy bills just by subscribing to shares in local solar farms at no cost? It's true. State community solar programs accelerate the development of clean energy sources and are designed to help you save money. At Fuse Energy, our goal is to connect every nonprofit, house of worship, and municipality with the energy savings they deserve so you can put those resources back where they belong, serving your community. Contact us today to find out more.
Hi, Becky. How are you today?
Oh, good, Deb. How are you?
Very good. So tell everybody, what is Rhode Island Kitten Kits and what made you start this nonprofit?
So, Rhode Island Kitten Kits, we're a nonprofit that is based on helping fosters with their neonatal kittens. So we work with veterinary clinics, rescues, shelters, and we assist them with their neonatal kittens. We mentor and we give them all the supplies they need to successfully foster.
So when you say neonatal kittens, like how little is a neonatal kitten? Like how
Good.
babyish?
Yeah, it's babyish. So neonatal is anything under 5 weeks old.
Wow.
Anything that is not weaned yet from its mother.
Oh,
So
okay.
typically kittens stay with their mom until about 8 weeks old, but when they're orphaned, I should add that too, it's for orphaned kittens.
Yep.
And this happens way more often than you think it would. Neonatal is just 5 weeks and under, so kittens that need to be bottle fed and stimulated to go to the bathroom because they can't do it on their own yet.
Wow. So you provide the information and resources to be able to help people take care of these teeny tiny little babies?
Exactly. Yep.
What made you want to get started in this? Like what brought this to your attention?
So my husband Matt and I, we had a unique experience taking care of these tiny little kittens. We got a phone call one day from my mom, and there was a litter of kittens in her wood pile with no mom, and they were skinny, they were covered in fleas. So Matt and I decided to intervene. So we really didn't know what to do, honestly, but we just wanted to help. So we called our local veterinary clinic, and they suggested things. And then one of the kittens ended up seemingly passed away by morning. But the kitten ended up just having low blood sugar, which we didn't know. And we realized that there was a little bit of a gap between the supply chain for these time-sensitive kitten intakes and education on how to care for these kittens, because they do come into rescues, and a lot of times they're euthanized because there isn't someone to take care of them 24/7. And yeah, so we just kind of got into it on our own. And then I ended up pairing with a rescue and doing some fundraising. But then I realized really that there really was a gap between getting these time-sensitive supplies to fosters and the education behind it.
So it sounds like you learned kind of trial by fire. You know, you find these little babies in the wood
Yep.
pile, and it's like, I gotta help.
Yeah. Yes,
So
exactly. That's exactly how it was. Yep.
what kind of things do little teeny tiny kittens need that are different from maybe the older kittens? Like, is it different formula that they need? Is it like
Absolutely.
different
Yes.
bottles?
Yeah, so a kitten that's under 5 weeks typically has to drink formula. I actually have,
Ooh,
let's see this,
there you
kitten
go.
formula, and it's either fed by syringe
Oh my gosh, it's so tiny.
or,
Wait a minute, bring that back. Let me see that. That is so tiny. Oh my
and
goodness.
typically, you know, a newborn kitten will only eat up to there, but they're fed 12 times a day.
Ooh.
So in the kits that we provide will be the formula the syringes, bottles, a heat source, because a lot of people don't know that heat for a kitten is one of the most important things. You should never feed a cold kitten because they can't
Oh,
digest it properly. And they get sick, it curdles in their stomach, they get very sick. So you
wow.
have to
I did
keep
not
them
know
warm
that.
first. Yep. Yep. Priority one is always warmth for a kitten. Yep.
Wow. So you keep the little babies warm. So you got like what, like a little heating pad for them to keep them warm?
Yep. I typically use, like, if this is called a Snuggle Safe heating disc.
Okay.
So it's wireless. It doesn't have a cord, so you don't have to worry about like keeping it plugged in overnight. You put it in the
Oh, that's good.
microwave, and it stays warm for hours. Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you could
Yep.
have, if you had like a
And
bunch of the little babies, they could all stay right there on that pad and kind of like make the little fluffy kitten balls that the babies do.
yes, exactly. So you have enough room where they can be on the heat source, but also if they need to move off of it a little bit too, they can. So enough room. But yeah, you want to kind of almost keep them in like a little nest area.
Oh, wow. So what makes what you do different than what some of the rescue agencies do?
So we focus solely on bottle babies. So
Okay.
I work with many, many rescues throughout the state. I work with municipal shelters, and we just solely focus on educating and getting supplies to neonatal fosters. There isn't another group that really just focuses on that. So it's like a nice little
Wow.
bridge organization between rescues and foster homes. And I do a lot of mentoring as well. Even just in the last 24 hours, I've gotten 3 calls about kittens, a kitten that's not gaining weight, a kitten that's sick, someone who found a kitten. So yeah, it's 24/7 in the spring and summer. I get a lot of calls, do a lot of mentoring.
Oh my,
So,
yeah, and I would think, for someone like myself, I have dogs, but if I found a little baby out there, I would definitely like bring it in and try to figure it out. I would actually call you to find out like
yeah,
how do you take care of
exactly.
this little baby? Like on a
Right.
bitter
So,
cold day like this, they don't have a lot of opportunity outside.
well, that's the thing. And a lot of times people will see kittens and they'll just scoop them up and say, "Oh, these kittens must not have a mom. I'll have to take care of them." But that's almost never the case.
Oh,
Um, a lot of times there is a mom, and you just have to wait and make sure that there is a mom before you scoop up the kittens, because kittens are always better off with their mom.
mhm.
That's not always the circumstance, but they're better off with their mom, and you should really just wait for mom, unless they're in like dire condition, like if they're outside freezing or they're you know, in a busy road, or like if it's somewhere where it's treacherous, you should take them and contact a local rescue. But they really should stay with mom.
Wow. So do
And then
you,
a rescue should be contacted. Yeah.
because you want to get them a forever home. Now,
Right. So go ahead.
do you foster as well?
I do. So when a lot of times I do a few different things. So we foster when there's a bottle baby foster who is just tired, who needs, say, a weekend off from fostering these kittens because it's so around the clock. So a lot of times we'll take other people's fosters and take them for the weekend just so they have a break. And then sometimes we foster a litter ourselves, and we just take on the whole responsibility of round the clock feedings. So it's a lot of work, but it's very rewarding.
It is. And I think you have a very special kitty that has his own little Facebook page.
I certainly do. So my current foster cat, Squiggy, we got him when he was 3 days old. We got a phone call at 10 o'clock at night. There was two kittens that they were not doing well. And so we got asked by 10 Lives Cat Rescue if we wouldn't mind taking the babies. And so we went and grabbed them. And unfortunately, one of them passed away at 6 weeks old. But the one I have now, he has, it's called cerebral hyperplasia, and it's a neurological condition. And for him, he's on the much more severe end of this condition. So we utilize tools to help him eat. He has a feeding station that my husband Matt built. He has a wheelchair that we do exercises in, and he's just cute as a button.
Yeah, he was the
And
first kitty I saw with a wheelchair.
yeah, first kitty I've ever worked with a wheelchair. The more that we do this, the more that we learn. But that was the first time he actually made strides in his wheelchair.
And it was so funny when I saw this video, I was cheering for him so hard. And that's when I said, "Oh my God, like look at what Becky is able to help this little kitty do. I have to have her on the show." Because
Oh my gosh. Well, I have
it's
to give
just
credit to
amazing.
Matt too. My husband Matt. Yeah. My husband Matt does equally as much as I do. He's incredible. Together we make a good team.
Yes, you guys do. I mean, to get the call in the middle of the night for a baby in need and, to get up out of your warm bed, your warm house and go rescue these little ones and, give them the best quality of life and quantity of life as is possible. I think that's really amazing.
Thank you. Yeah,
So
it's definitely a labor of love, and we enjoy it. We have the skill set, so we like to help, and we like to help other people. We're hoping that more people will step up and do this type of work, because a lot of times, if an orphaned kitten comes into a rescue and people are like, no, I can't do it. I don't have what I need. I don't know what to do. So if they call me, I have exactly what they need, and I can give them any type of mentorship they need.
and if they need a break, because I'm thinking 12 hours a day, that means they're roughly eating every 2 hours, give or take.
They're eating every 2 hours. Yep, when they're newborns to about almost 2 weeks old, it's every 2 hours, and it's tough because most people have full-time jobs. Matt and I both have full-time jobs, but I rearranged my schedule so I could come home, and it's a lot. You lose a lot of sleep, but in the end, you have this beautiful kitten that will be someone's best friend.
Yes. I think that's absolutely amazing. So do you have a website or a Facebook page? How can people reach you?
Yes. So we do have both. So our website is RIKittenKits.com, and our Facebook page is spelled out Rhode Island Kitten Kits. Just Rhode Island Kitten Kits. And Squiggy has his own Facebook page, which is Squiggy the CH Cat. If anyone wants to follow Squiggy.
Yeah, it's been great watching his little kitty progress and just seeing him be a happy,
amazing.
silly little kitty, just like every other kitty. So yeah, it's awesome.
Yep.
So are you a 501c3 nonprofit?
We are, yes.
So how can people help support what you're doing, either, in getting kitten kits out to people or to be fosters of this little teeny tiny babies or to be sort of the respite for the foster of these babies? How can people help you?
So the best thing that people can do is donate towards supply costs. Or they can have, we also do community service with students in school who will do supply drives for our organization. They'll pick 1 or 2 items, and then they'll do a supply drive for either like kitten food or bottles and syringes or whatever it may be. So it's really the supplies that we need. And also to help the rescues in Rhode Island, I very much encourage people to try fostering. And it doesn't have to be a bottle baby right away. Try fostering an adult cat or an adult dog. It's just any animal that you foster it's a very rewarding experience.
Amen to that. They are willing to just give you their whole heart and soul. They only know love.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. That is great. So if people want to donate, they can go on to the Rhode Island kittenkits.com. They can check you out on Facebook.
Yes.
You're always doing cool stuff on Facebook too. Great posts about the babies.
Yes, we always post about the babies. We have we have our wish lists and all that, and we We like to show everyone what we're doing.
That's awesome. Awesome. And they can follow Squiggy, the CH Kitty cat, on Facebook too.
Yes.
That is
Yeah,
awesome.
absolutely. He's very inspiring. So, there's sometimes there's a lot going on in the world where you just kind of, you like to see good stuff. Squiggy, he's all good stuff. You know?
Absolutely. Boy, I couldn't have
Yeah.
said it better. You're right. There is a lot of stuff going on, and sometimes you just got to watch the good stuff.
Watch the kitty rolling around in his wheelchair.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
Becky, this has been awesome having you on today. I think what you're
Th-
doing is absolutely amazing, especially for these little teeny tiny babies.
Thank you so much, Deb. I really appreciate you having me and help spreading the word about these little orphaned neonatal kittens.
Yes, and the kitten kits that they need. That's awesome. Quick question. How much is the average kitten kit?
Okay, so an actual kit, like a full kit that goes to like an emergency situation, is probably around $100.
Okay.
So, yep, and a lot of times it's not just kits. I'll just give supplies sometimes. Sometimes a foster will reach out and say, "I'm out of syringes. I'm out of miracle nipples. I'm out of, formula." So we'll just do those deliveries as well.
That is awesome. Oh, I'm so
And
glad you were
and
able to come on today. Like all these
I
little babies
appreciate it.
and the simple things.
And I want to add one more thing. So people that, if you find kittens, always reach out to your local rescue. But in the meantime, if there's a neonatal kitten that's not doing that great, Ocean State Veterinary Specialist has these kits on hand 24/7.
Wow. All right.
So that
That's
way
awesome.
there's always a resource. Like you're never like, what do I do? Where do I get supplies? You can just grab a kit from Ocean State.
That is amazing. So you work with them too.
Mhm. Yes.
Oh, Becky, you are amazing. You and Matt both have hearts of gold.
Uh-huh.
To do what you're doing, in the middle of the night, get up and go for a little baby in need and get the supplies out to the areas that need it in the way that they need it. That Rhode Island Kitten Kits is really cool.
Thank you, Deb. I appreciate it. And right back at you. You're
Well,
pretty
thank
amazing too.
yeah, I do some interesting things sometimes.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Well, thank you so much for coming on today. I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your very busy schedule between work and the little ones. It's a lot. I'm grateful you came on today.
And I thank you for having me.
Thanks. Well, everybody, it has been a fabulous conversation with Becky Martin from Rhode Island Kitten Kits. I am really grateful that you tuned in to the 321 New England Podcast Network today to check out Shining Lights of New England. And we're going to talk to more organizations out there that are doing some really amazing things. Hold on to your heartstrings because it really is amazing what folks have rallied to do out there. I look forward to seeing you all again. In the meantime, be well and be kind.